83 are needed to win. Hillary Clinton is just shy of 1,000 with 984. Bernie Sanders has 347 delegates so far.
Now to how tonight's results will shape the race moving forward. Joining us now for Analysis, James Taylor, a professor of politics at the University of San Francisco, and live from Petaluma, political analyst Brian Sobel.
Thank you to both for being here. Brian, let me start with you. This was a very good night for Donald Trump. He seems to be gaining momentum. Can Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio stop him?
It's a real question, Frank. The idea that these two people in Cruz and Rubio knocking down Trump, who's really on a roll, is an open question. It looks ever more difficult for them to stop him unless a bunch of people get out of this race in a hurry and coalesce around one of the other candidates.
Brian, let me go back to you. You were talking about how some people need to drop out. Do you think there's pressure on the Republican establishment, from the Republican establishment, for either Marco Rubio or Ted Cruz to drop out of the race?
Frank, there has to be discussions going on from the national party leadership talking to, frankly, Cruz and Rubio and Carson and Kasich to get movement here. The longer this goes on, the more Donald Trump is assured of the nomination. And for the mainstream Republican establishment, that's not their preferred outcome.
Yeah, Brian, that's what I wanted to ask you. Bernie Sanders did win four states tonight.
Yes.
What's he thinking in his camp?
I think he believes he just has to march forward, continue to try to win states as he moves along. It's a numbers game, Frank, at this point, and he's behind in delegates, so he has to catch fire as well. Otherwise, Hillary Clinton goes on to get the nomination.
Either he or Kasich, whichever loses their home state first, Ohio or Florida, we'll see one of those two leave in the next 14 days. And well, Rubio, that will be a big surprise.
Yeah, I think the Rubio piece of this is that he appeared up until this evening to be possibly the Republican establishment consensus candidate. And he didn't perform well tonight, Julie, and that's going to cost him. And the professor's right. He has to win in Florida, and he'll be there through Florida, of course, and Kasich in Ohio the same way.
And right now, the polls have Donald Trump way ahead of Marco Rubio in Florida. Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.